Hello there. This is Mrs. Gonzalez with Mrs.
MacPhail.
And we have an objective for you today that says I can find the mean, median, and mode of a set of data.
You can do it. All right, friends. We have a Math Journal page for you here. And what we have is some data on the right-hand side about some family sizes and the number of kids in each of these families. So these are each families and the number of kids in those families. And we have to take this information and put it into a bar graph. And we're going to use that information to find the mean, median, and mode. So we have some directions on this side over here, and the first thing we're going to do is we are going to take each of these little red dots and use the data over here to find out how many kids are in each of these families. So the first one, Mrs. G, if you want to help move these,
Sure.
is the Kugel family, which has 5 children in their family.
Okay, I'm going to look down at the bottom of the graph and I see that the space here says Kugel. So I need to put 5 counters there. 1, 2, that's a big family.
That is a big family.
3, 4, and 5. All right, does that look accurate?
That looks accurate. And you can see along the side here, we have some labels. The bottom of the graph here says family. So this is the x-axis, which goes horizontal. And then the y-axis is number of children. So each of these axes, I guess you could say, since they're plural, have labels. And each little interval here is marked. So each of these intervals go by 1, which means that it's 1 child as we're counting up. So 5 counters equals 5 children. So let's go on to the next one. I think it's the Abuka family is next.
Perfect. Oh, small family, only 1. There we go.
Next one is Lauer, and they have 2.
Okay. 1 and 2. Ooh, that's not lined up. I
Way to
suppose
keep
it's
it lined
important to make sure everything's lined up in our graph.
There you go. The Miller family?
Okay, Miller. Does that say 7?
That's a 7.
Wow.
That's a large family
It
again.
is. I thought 5 was large.
Some of our families might actually be that large if they're watching this right now.
2, 3, 4. I hope I have space in this graph.
I hope so too. We can
5.
always make more space.
That's true. 6. Oh, I'm going to have enough room. And 7.
Super job. Ellis family has 1.
1.
And finally, I can't really read the name on that, but it looks like Bosnack.
Okay, 2 people.
2 people.
1 and 2. Well, that wasn't so hard.
Great job, Mrs. Gonzalez.
Thank you.
So we've done number 1. Cover each shaded cell in the bar graph with a counter. Let's look at the next one. So we have all of our data on the graph. Now we need to rearrange the counters. So each column, meaning the ones that go up and down, in the graph has the same number of counters. And we're going to do this because we are going to try to find the mean this way.
Okay, so I just have to take all of these that are all different heights and level them out so they're all the same?
I guess so.
All right, so I'm going to take one from the most. Oops, we don't want that option. Take the one that's way up there, and I'm going to just drop it down 1. And then I'm going to take this one and move it down like that. And then I see that this column has a higher number, so I'm going to pull that one down.
It's kind of like a guessing game almost.
It is. So there's a whole bunch here. I need to level this one off. Oh, I see what I need to do. There's one up there and one over here. And there we go.
Great
It's
job,
all
Mrs. G.
leveled off.
Well, do you know what you've just done there?
No, what did I do?
You've kind of made it so that we can find the average number of children per family.
So average is another word for mean.
Absolutely.
Okay, so that means they would all have about the same number of children. Not exactly, because we know the exact numbers were a little bit different.
Very good. Yeah, some of those families had 1 kid, some of them had 7. So in the end, if you all kind of just even it out, it would turn out to be that each family, oops, sorry, I just slipped it over. Each family has about
3 children.
3 children. So the mean or average number of children in the families is 3.
Oh, that makes sense.
So good job. We just found the mean or average for number of children. So we kind of skipped over number 3. We could have drawn a horizontal line above the counters.
We skipped that.
That's okay. And so that could just help us see that, yes, indeed, our average is about 3. Let's take a look over here now. Ready for a kind of a super challenge?
I like super challenges.
Okay. Well, we're going to use this data above again. And we want to put this time the children, or the number of children in each family in order, because what we're going to do now is we're going to try to find the median, or the middle number. So to do that, we like to put the data in order, starting with the least and going to the greatest.
Oh, I know what the least is. It's 1.
Okay, so we have 1, and kind of just some housekeeping here. When I write this stuff down, Mrs. G, maybe you do this too. I just like to kind of cross it off as I go along so I can keep track of it.
I do the same thing. Good strategy.
All right, so we have 1. I see another 1. Get it? Another 1? Mwah.
I get it.
And then we have a 2. And then another 2. And then looks like our next one is going to be a 5. And then, oops, and then there's that 7 again that's going to come in last. Let me erase that really quick, hopefully. Maybe not. And then 7. All right, so we've put our numbers in order from least to greatest. And we know that the median is the one in the middle.
Okay.
So, should we cross them? Do you do the cross it off method?
I think that's helpful, yes.
Uh-oh, we have 2 in the middle though here.
What? 2 in the middle?
Do you know
I've
what?
never seen that happen before.
Well, do you know what to do when you have 2 in the middle?
No.
Oh, well, it's pretty
Teach me.
easy.
Teach me, Mrs. McLeod.
When you have 2 in the middle, let me erase this again. So we had 1, 1, 2, 2, 5, and 7. When you end up with 2 numbers in the middle, you circle both of them in the middle. You add them together.
2 plus 2, that's 4.
Good job. And you divide by 2.
That would be how many 2's are in 4? That's 2.
Yep. So your median would be
2.
2. All right, one more challenge for you, Mrs. Gonzalez.
All right.
This time you need to find the mode. Do you know what the mode is?
I think, help me out if I'm wrong, but I think the mode is the one that happens the most.
It's the most popular.
The most popular.
So what do you think the mode would be for our data?
The one that comes up the most often. Well, I see that there's 2 number 1s, and there's also 2 number 2s, and the other numbers only happen 1 time.
Mm-hmm.
So how is this possible? 1 comes up twice and 2 comes up twice. I don't know what to do.
Sometimes you can have more than one mode.
Oh.
It does have to be the numbers that appear the most, though, or that happen the most often. So in this case, we're going to have 2 modes, and that would be number 1 and number 2.
I get it, because 1 happens twice and 2 happens twice.
You've got it, absolutely.
All right.
Good job.
Thanks.
All right, kids, and good job to you. You did it.
You did it!
See you later.